Yo, what is up, family? Today we have another play-by-play for you guys. We have Hecate mid lane. We are going to start off with a back camp and then rotate our way into the mid lane. Notice that I am, starting in one of the back camps and then going to mid. This game was actually really good from both teams. You can see you'll be able to see the difference, and I'll talk about it for sure in this video, of playing for kills and playing for farm. I think both teams did a very good job countering each other in regards to who gets more kills, who gets more farm, and you get to see kind of the consequences of missing minions, missing farm, right? So right now, Ra is level 2, I'm level 1, and I don't want to miss these minions. I'm telling my teammates, since I was in a Discord call with them, that Ra was rotating, Ra was potentially rotating, but we see the gold little, camp, the gold timer, I don't even know what you call them, little gold coin that you can interact with on the side of the mid lane. We see it reset, so that means that Ra got it. So we're just going to use our abilities on the minions here, try to target Ra if possible. Unfortunately, we can't, but that's okay. Since Ra doesn't have the red orb, we know that Ra didn't start red. He started back camps as well. So Pele's aware of that. Our Pele at the time told me to invade with her, so I did. And this right here should just be a easy fight. We have their Pele against our Pele, and our Pele is level 3. Their Pele is level 2, so that should just be an easy win. And we're gonna miss the easiest one of our life here, and unfortunately Ra ends up living. But we do poke Ra out. He has to waste a little bit of abilities on himself, and I've been really liking Hecate. She does so much damage. The only downside to Hecate is her early game. She's not the best early game god, but once you get to late game with her, and if you have, if you've at least equaled your mid laner, then you should be fine. You should be able to dominate the late game. Hecate is a late game god, so right now your main priority as Hecate especially is to kill minions. You don't want to miss farm. And as you know, in these play-by-plays, I do like to skip the boring stuff. Like right now, I'm just clearing lane. Really nothing much to it. I'm gonna go help Hecate out with the back camp here, or with the red. I don't really want the red. I already have a red buff, so it's great that I share our red buff with Hecate. We end up hitting level 5 here. Ra's also level 5, so Ra backed, meaning that he's stronger than us right now. He has more items than us, so we have to be careful. I try to ult Ra here. Nothing really happens, hence why I'm just skipping it. But I think the CERN ends up rotating a little, a bit early. So we see CERN missing in dual lane, and Ra is starting to get aggressive here. So once your mid laner all of a sudden gets aggressive, it probably means that they're getting a gank from one of their teammates. In this case, it's Pele and CERN. So we're just gonna try to help our Hecate out as much as possible. We hit their Hecate for 173. It's a 1-1 trade-off, which is fine, and our Fenrir unfortunately wasn't able to hit the ult on Ra, but gets CERN, and I have no clue how I killed CERN there. I think the tower ended up getting him, but hey, I'll take that. A kill is a kill. I unfortunately miss a lot of my abilities in this game. However, we're gonna go ahead and back for our first item here, and then move on to, I believe I went Soul Gem, or actually Divine Ruin. I went to Divine Ruin because we're going up against a Ra, a Cupid, Pele, and a Chalk. All healing based characters. Pele just going crazy with her healing, her lifesteal in general. Obviously Ra and Chalk, very high sustain, so Divine Ruin is a no-brainer here. Always really good to build anti-heal, and right now, again, like I said, just clearing wave, and I can probably skip this. Actually, hold on. We're going to see if we can fight this Pele here. Our Pele is level 6. We're going to hit our Mez on Hecate. Sorry, not on Hecate. We're going to hit our Mez on Pele. We're going to shield Pele here. Unfortunately, CERN support. They have a CERN support, which honestly worked out pretty well for them throughout this game. He did so much damage, and I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just going to say that even though it's a CERN support, not the most meta pick, the CERN actually played pretty well. And we see our Fenrir kind of wanting to fight here, so we're going to see if we can kind of help out here. We're going to go ult. We're going to try to ult, right? Unfortunately, they both dodged. Oh, Fen is super low. He ended up teleporting. I ended up teleporting at the same time. So I thought I was because of that, I thought I was in a bad position. Ra ends up chasing Fenrir. Hopefully I live here. We do have Aegis. I'm gonna go pop it right now, and Ra's about to ult, so we're just gonna sidestep that. Ra ult down. Pele here to help out. Pele ends up getting CERN. So 1-1 trade, and Chalk looks like he's invading our red. We're not really gonna miss out on any of the minions here, so we're not gonna help out. However, not CERN, sorry, Chalk does not end up getting the red, so we're gonna grab the red from the jungle. And I'm gonna actually skip a lot during the game, just because this was a pretty long game. It was back and forth, and again, you'll see why it was such back and forth. And right now, we're gonna warn Fenrir. I mean, I'm also in a voice call with Fenrir. The only random in this game is the Sobek. And so yeah, it's me, Pele, CERN, and Fenrir, who is in the Discord call. We're gonna obviously warn Fenrir that Ra is rotating. We're gonna go shield Fenrir, and we're gonna see if we can help out in this team fight over here. We're gonna place R2. We're gonna gain as many. We're gonna place R2 so we can hopefully gain a lot of damage by them hitting abilities. We force a Pele ult, which is fine. Unfortunately, okay, cool. I was gonna say unfortunately Pele dies, but it looks like our Pele is doing just fine, and Pele ends up getting a triple kill. So great plays on Fen and Pele there. I wasn't really much of a factor. I don't think I really hit that much, but we got 3 assists anyways. And again, going anti-heal. And if you guys have trouble deciding, if you guys are new to the game especially, I know when I was new, people are like, build anti-heal, and obviously there's not a section in the shop that says anti-heal, right? So if you guys are wondering what anti-heal items there are, if you're a mage, or if you do magical damage, build Divine Ruin. So that's the mage anti-heal, right? It lessens people's heals. If you are a jungler, build Brawler's Bruin. It's called Brawlers. A lot of people just say Brawlers, so build that for anti-heal. And ADCs usually don't build anti-heal, but I believe if you are going to build anti-heal, there isn't really a current ADC anti-heal item. We're gonna go ahead and rotate dual lane here. We're gonna see if we can kill the Pele. We're gonna just leave her alone because our Pele's gonna pick it up anyways. But as I was saying, ADCs don't have a dedicated anti-heal item for them right now, but there will be one coming in the January update. We're gonna miss a couple minions here. Unfortunate, Rod doesn't end up rotating, so he gets an entire minion wave, and I miss an entire minion wave. So for 1 assist, definitely not worth the rotation. However, like I said, yeah, there's not a anti-heal item for ADCs right now, but there will be one called like Lerm something bow. Yeah, it's a LERM bow. It basically is an anti-heal item for ADCs coming in the January 15 update, or whenever they release the newest update with the newest items. Again, most likely January 15. So that's what you'd build as an ADC. And as a solo lane, if you are a damage solo laner, which I don't really recommend, you would go with, you know, Brawlers or Divine Ruin, depending if you're a physical or magical god. And if you're a support, you always want to build Ankh, ANKH. And we're going to secure this gold 3 with our 2. Easy secure. We're just going to make sure that Pele doesn't get it, and Pele just gets melted by our Pele. So holding my 2 for secure there. And again, those are the anti-heal items. Divine Ruin for mages or magical damage people. Brawlers for junglers, mostly ability-based junglers. Lermy bow something on... We're going to Aegis here. Lerm something bow on ADCs once it actually comes out as an item. Probably January 15. And Ankh, ANKH. Ruinous Ankh is what it's called. On supports or tank solo laners. Now, I'm pretty low here. I'm half health. Ra, still super healthy. Level 11. He can ult us anytime and probably get our health down to 1 shot. I'm telling Fenrir I can't really fight here. We're going to go ahead and ult Ra. Pretty big ult, but Ra was forced his beads. We are going to go ahead and 3 our Pele so she can shield. So our shield damages the, you know, if they're close. Our 2's fully charged up. Hit freaking CERN for 500 for 500 damage. That's basically, I think, right now half his health since we are barely 10 minutes into the game. But look at the kills, though. They are out farming us so much. Well, yeah, technically, from a farming standpoint, they are doing so well. We have a Gold Fury. We have 10 kills above them, but we're only up 1k gold. That means our team, in general, has missed more minions versus, versus them. They probably haven't missed a wave yet. And, although we have more kills, technically the game is still super close because just look at the difference. It's not even a K difference in gold. So technically both sides are still very, very tied and in strength, in terms of strength, and the match is technically equal. Now, I'm going to skip a good bit here. Ra ends up being... I end up overcommitting, actually, there, and I end up dying. I totally did not skip that on purpose, just so you don't see me overcommit. But, yeah, we're going to skip a good part here. We end up killing Pele. We end up killing Ra anyways with my death. That's totally fine. That's like a 2-for-1 trade. I'll take that anytime. We're up a level with Ra. We're going to go war this because we want to see if Cern ends up rotating. We want to kill Cupid here because their Cupid is kind of hard carrying them right now. And we get the final hit. We go 3-1 and 10 right now. And look at my ward, just showing where Cern is at. I'm trying to ult Cern here, but my ult wouldn't go down. We're going to see if we can hit our ult. However, Cern ends up dashing, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and miss our 2. But we're going to hit our 1. Pele hits her abilities and easy kills there. And then we're going to see if we can secure a second gold free here. So we're going to start, hitting it ourselves. We're going to let Fenrir tank it. And we're going to load our 2 up. We're not going to use our 2 yet. We're going to save it for secure. And we're going to secure it just like that. Great Sunder from our support. Shout out to Empin. He also has a YouTube channel. YouTube channel is Njaxx, Njaxx. Njaxx. Feel free to sub to him. Feel free to check him out. He's a super cool dude. Definitely a really good Smite player, and he has a great knowledge of the game. So if you guys also want helpful knowledge, he posts he posts various videos, and most of them are also like how to play X type god, and he kind of breaks a god down step by, or he kind of breaks the details out of a god, which is very neat. And yeah, so feel free to check him out. His channel will probably be in the description. So, shout out to Njaxx/Empin. So right now we see Ra in mid, we see Cern in mid, so we know that there's kind of going to be a fight here. Our Cern ends up telling us that they're kind of committing on him pretty hard. We're gonna go ahead and mez their Cern. We get their support, and we're gonna see if we can ult here. Great ult. We hit Ra. Unfortunately, it does not mez Ra fully. However, we're gonna see if we can get a kill here. Unfortunately, I thought they were gonna backtrack to their base, but they ended up pushing our Cern. Yeah, okay, cool. Ra ends up dying, which is great. We're gonna see if we can kill Cupid here. Unfortunately, all my abilities are down. So, and right now I just don't do enough damage. Maybe I could have gone Soul Gem instead of Gem of Focus, but the movement speed is super important. We're gonna go ahead and 3 our Pele, so their Pele can die. And just like that, we're 4-1-13, but look at, again, 14 kill difference. We have 2 gold furies, and we're only up 2k gold. That just means that this team that we're going up against is just farming super efficiently. Don't know how. We even have a tier 2 tower. Not really sure where the entire farm is coming from. Maybe it's from solo lane because right now Sobek's kind of getting clapped. So maybe it's just all chalk. But like I said, Sobek right now 0-5-1. Bluestone Sobek never goes Bluestone Sobek. You always want to go Sands of Time Sobek right now, especially in the current patch. Sands of Time Sobek is just dominant. And of course, if you're going support Sobek, then go War Flag Sobek or Selflessness. But right now, I've seen a lot of pros play with War Flag Sobek. Now we can see look at the map. 3 of my teammates are on the left side of the map. So we can maybe expect a team fight here. We're gonna start to slowly position ourselves to where we can fight, right? We hear Ra to our right. We see Ra in middle lane. We're gonna go ahead and shield ourselves. We're still looking for Ra. Pele's there. We hit Pele 369, and we're gonna go see if we can ult Ra here. We end up ulting Ra. That probably helped them, unfortunately, because Fenrir's ult was still up, but we force a Ra ult. We get him out of position, and we're gonna see if we can kill the gold 3 here. And also, we're gonna send our jungler to gank Cupid. Cupid right now, pretty fed. Level 18 to level 16 CERN, which is okay. The only reason why, again, back to why they're tied up, they're prioritizing farm instead of kills. And hey, if that's their game plan, that's fine. I mean, it's working, right? I mean, they're barely down 2k gold. We have 3 gold frees. We have double their kills, and they're only still down 2k, barely 2k gold. So, you know, whatever they're doing, it's working. And I mean, just look at the level advantage. So as an ADC, obviously, like I've been saying it in all of my videos when I talk about ADCs, your main priority as an ADC is get to level 20 as fast as you can. That's your job from 10 to 15, from the start of the game to probably 20 minutes, right? 20 to 25 minutes. You want to prioritize getting to level 20 as fast as you can, whether that be rotating to gold fury, you know, obviously when you have to burn gold fury, whether it's just staying in your duo lane until you're level 20. But the sooner you get to level 20, the sooner you can rotate, the sooner you can be the sooner you can be a carry in team fights. We're going to go ahead and burn the Pyro down. Once we burn Pyro, I think we could probably just either get a pick. If we get a pick, we're going to go for Fire Giant here. Let's see, there might be a team fight hanging on. So our support and ADC ends up want to do Fire Giant. I call out that Chalk is here. Sobek's not here. Sobek is dead. Surprising, right? However, we were calling out to drop it. Unfortunately, the Fire Giant. As we get a double key here, big ult from us, but unfortunately the Fire Giant was still locked on. They end up not dropping it, and they end up securing Fire Giant, which is unfortunate. We're gonna see if we can kill Ra here. We're gonna see if we can shield 3. We're gonna position ourselves to where it's kind of hard to hit us. Sobek plucks Ra to where I'm exactly at, and we're gonna panic shield basically. Sobek again, not playing the best game ever. And just look, we're up again. Look at all these kills that we're up with, 33-18, and we're tied in gold. We are barely up 100 gold. Again, that just goes back to farming. The ADC is up 4 levels. The solo's up 4 levels. So until we can get our ADC caught up to Cupid, we can't really do much in the game. Even though we have all these kills, we can't really do much, especially now that that Cupid and Ra have Fire Giant buff. And, you know, right now, we're just going to see if we can get a couple picks here as a team. Let's see. So, Fenrir ends up ulting. Chalk ends up ulting. Our Pele ends up dying. We, unfortunately, cannot hit our 3. We ult Casper, which is a great ult from us, sarcastically. And we're going to see if we can dodge Cupid ult. We're going to go ahead and 3 our Fenrir to get some damage on Pele, and Fenrir looking like he wants to push, so we're going to push with him, and we're going to go 2, see how much we can damage check Sobek here. We miss our 1. I thought Sobek was going to go the other way, but he ends up rotating back to the left side. And again, just look how I don't see my positioning there, kind of. I unfortunately don't go with my team, which is bad on my side, but bad on my end. Maybe we could have killed Chalk if I was walking with them. However, if you saw, the Cupid was kind of just spamming his autos, right? And if I were to go with my teammate at that point, while Cupid was spamming his autos, I'd be dead. I have no escapability. I gotta keep in mind I'm Hecate. She's not the most mobile mage, right? The only mobility she has is her ult, and my ult is down, so I can't really rely on walking right next to a Cupid. He's just gonna insta-burn me, especially since it's a level 20 Cupid. So we're gonna make our way to gold here. We're gonna see what happens. Sobek, surprisingly low for some reason. We end up picking off 2. It was a huge shutdown on Cupid. We're gonna see if we can make something happen here. So our teammates are back. It's only just me and Fenrir here, and we see Chalk. We're gonna place our 2 down. Hopefully, grab some abilities from everybody. 3 of our charges are loaded, and you again with Hecate, the important thing for Hecate is your 2 placement. If you can get a good 2 placement to where it's in the middle of everybody fighting, she does so much damage. Unfortunately, Ra's here. We get it gets at the perfect time for Ra's ult, and I think everybody just ends up dying here. I end up super low, and I really don't want to fight here, and I end up just backing off. And I think right here, I'm just kind of just lurking. They think that I just back. Unfortunately, our Sobek, I don't know what Sobek is doing. I was thinking of backing here myself. However, they don't know I'm here. So if they're gonna go for gold, which I am sure they are, especially since it's Ancient Fury, I can go with them, right? We're just gonna let our Sobek kind of just bait here. Our Pele, we're gonna help her out as much as I can. We're just gonna 3 Pele, and we're gonna see if they're chasing us. I place my 2 down, and now they're starting on fire. We're gonna see if I can ult this. It's 3k. 2k. I should have ulted right here. I ulted way too late. I'm not really the best Hecate user. I don't really play this god too much, but I've been playing her recently in mid, and I've been loving her. I think this is like my 3rd game on Hecate, so I can't really time her ult perfectly yet. If I've played a few more games on Hecate, I'm pretty sure I could have stolen that gold free. Unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. And look at the difference, right? I mean, now they're up in gold. We're up in kills by a lot, but yet they're up in gold. Again, just kind of shows the consequences of prioritizing kill over farm. You don't want to do that in Conquest. Surprisingly, you know, I know in Arena, right? Especially if you're new to Conquest, in Arena, it's like, okay, whoever gets the most kills wins. That's usually not the way it works in Conquest. If a team knows how to farm efficiently, they're most of the time going to win, right? Because the more gold you have, the more items you can buy in the store. The more items you have, the stronger you are as a character. The stronger you are as a character, the better the result of the team fight. The higher the favor of a team fight will be towards your team. So this Chalk, you know, definitely trying to zone us. Me and Fenrir thought he was zoning us. We see a glimpse that they're trying to kill fire here, and I called it out. Fenrir also called it out. They're gonna. I think they end up securing fire here. Again, I try to ult as soon as I can, as soon as I get there, but unfortunately I can't get there on time, and I ult late. That time I just ulted as soon as I can, as soon as I got in range, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Chalk, we mez him. He should just be dead here, which is great. And they got Fire Giant, sure, but we end up picking 3 of them off. It's only Ra and Cupid. It's not the end of the world. If we weren't able to pick any of them off there, then this game would have been a lot harder for us to, you know, stay in with. And I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this part actually. But I do want to ask you guys though. Yesterday I posted a live comm type of video, Loki Jungle. If you guys haven't checked it out, feel free to check it out. But what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer the play-by-plays, or do you guys prefer the live comms? Obviously, the play-by-plays take a little more time to do, simply because I have to record the video. I have to edit, you know, to where I speed things up when it's, you know, the boring parts. I have to talk over it, explain, you know, all that. And I also, you know, obviously I barely have 100 subs, so I make my own thumbnails. I don't have a thumbnail guy. I'm not that big of a YouTuber. We're gonna ult here. We unfortunately don't get anybody with that ult, so, you know, that's a pretty major miss from us. We end up all being low, and again, look at Cupid. Cupid just doing really well, and we end up getting picked off. Our Pele I think our Pele just spawned or back safely, which is fine. I think if our Pele was there, we would have died anyways. And yeah, we just got killed. We just got hit by that Ra ult. Great ult from Ra, by the way. And look, although we're up almost 20 kills, or up like what, 17 kills, we're down in gold. Technically, we are losing the game right now as a team. And the kills don't tell you everything, right? We're down 4k in gold. We're losing this game currently. So I'm just gonna skip over this part. I mean, we end up picking CERN. We're gonna end up picking Chalk here. I was thinking of ulting, but it's fine. He's gonna die anyways. Cupid ends up ulting, which is great. No, Cupid ult down. We see Ra and Pele in mid, so we know where they are. They end up just burning Pyro. CERN and Chalk are down, so this may be a good time to get Fire Giant. We're just gonna force fire here. I think, yeah, I think our Fenrir just ends up rotating here to fire, and actually, okay, great pluck on Cupid here. So I guess we're not gonna force fire here. Unfortunately, again, Cupid just melting through everybody right now, and right now, CERN, oof, yeah, CERN. I tried to melt him, but he's a tanky CERN. We end up killing Ra. We don't have any abilities up, so I can't kill. I tried to get my Aegis off there. Unfortunately, I couldn't. If I got my Aegis off, both of them would have died, and you know the outcome of the game would have been better, or the outcome of that match would have been better. We're gonna go into our last item here, Cosmic, and just right now, as soon as you get full build with the Hecate, you start to dominate 8-3 and 22. You know, not obviously not the best showing because I should have the top damage since I'm a Hecate, but Pele, our Pele right now is just he's just really good on Pele. I mean, his name is Pele. He's a Pele main, and he's just really good on Pele. So, hey, he always has like super high kill games. But yeah, I mean, they got the gold free. And now we're just gonna set up for fire here. So we see that Chalk just use his axe, so he doesn't have an escapability. We're gonna go ahead and to him. Unfortunately, since he has all these prots, we can't really kill here. But he ends up dying anyways. Ra ult ends up picking off Pele. Ra's been hitting all his ults. Good ult from us. We hit them for 100, and unfortunately, this Cupid, just look at that. He just burns us. Again, just right now, just because this Cupid is hard carrying him. So as soon as we can pick off this Cupid, we win the game. So that's our main priority as a team. Pick off Cupid as fast as we can, and we end up winning the game, right? So I think that's what we do. I think Pele, during this grayscale screen, ends up picking off Cupid. And did we get the pyro? Not sure. I think they got the pyro. We're gonna go ahead and burn fire here. I think we did end up. Oh no, they ended up getting fire giant. Cupid got fire giant that game. Oh, that time. And apologize for all the cuts. I'm not sure why, but I'm really I didn't cut anything. It's I guess a recording that got a little bit corrupted. We're gonna see if we can ult here. We're just trying to stay alive as much as we can. And we're gonna ult CERN. CERN ends up, you know, dashing to our ult, so he is basically a goner. We're gonna see. I tried to him there. Unfortunately, I didn't realize my 2 was in the first stage where I have to put it up, so I couldn't hit him with my 2, obviously. And we're just gonna end up backing here. We end up not dying, but you know they secure fire. But but everybody that had fire but giant buff died, so we're all good. And again, you guys are going to be able to see finally, like, especially now that we're full build, I'm sure you guys have seen it too, how much of a disruptor Hecate is and how crazy she gets, especially with this build. If they didn't have so much healing, this build would have gone even crazier. You could have gone Soul Gem instead of Divine Ruin, and this build would have gone just crazily amazing. You can also go Spear of Deso. So, you know, many options there. I think Spear of Deso just for that, you know, huge damage. And we end up picking off Cupid here, which is great. We're gonna see if we can ult something here. We're gonna ult Ra. We end up hitting Ra and Chalk, so that's a great ult from us. Ra ends up running to mid. Chalk ends up being one shot. We're gonna see if we can kill somebody here. I mean, we're gonna, I guess, we're just gonna let Ra run away. That's fine. And I think we can get we can get Phoenix here. Scratch that. Never mind. We're not gonna be able to get Phoenix. CERN's up. Ra's coming. CERN. We do have CERN. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We're not gonna end up getting Phoenix here, unfortunately. Maybe we could have just gone for gold. We probably should have, but we're gonna back here. We're gonna grab our 3k pot. You know, 40 minutes in, hyper late game. Unfortunately, it's not the newest update yet, so the only thing you can do with all your gold is buy your 3k pot. But I'm excited for being able to stack your 3k pots next update, though. We see somebody is in the totem, so we are going to go back, which is Chalk. We ward there, so we know Chalk is there. We end up picking off, We end up picking off Pele. We end up picking off 4 of them. The last person is Chalk. Me and Fenrir just kind of trying to chase him down. And this Chalk played it super well. He's super tanky. I'm just going to back here. Fenrir's going to have to end up teleporting left to get the tier 2 tower, which is great. I end up teleporting left as well, actually. And I guess I just didn't back. So that's fine. We end up getting middle and left Phoenix. 4 kills, middle left Phoenix. And just look again. Gold doesn't matter at this point. But we're up 23 kills, but we're still down 3k gold. It just shows you the importance of farming. Just because you don't have that many kills in a game doesn't mean you're losing the game, right? They're technically winning the game. Whoever gets this fire giant, honestly, gets this game. We're gonna save our abilities for secure. Keep it ult down. CERN dead. We're gonna see if we can ult anybody here. We end up ulting, I think 3 of them there. We end up ulting Pele and Chalk. Big ult from us. And that should just be game. Last person is Chalk. Chalk should just be dead there. And that's GG. GG, I'm gonna just go ahead and skip this over. CERN is dead though, so this Gold Fury. Oh, sorry, not Gold Fury. This Titan is pretty risky, so we're gonna go and see if we can get the Titan here. Ra ends up ulting. We sidestep that so we don't get hit. Sobek. Oh my god, that Ra one just melted both of them. But we get enough damage down, get the Titan. That's a victory for us. Super close game, super fun game. I mean, I have me and Empin, which is the support, also mentioned that game was just super fun. I think I do bring up my match stats. If you guys did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment, sub. Let me know what role, what god you want me to play. 41k damage. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget, again, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, sub, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, family.